How to achieve anything you want in 6 simple steps. It's the exact system I've used to reach financial freedom. You can do it too, but guess what? Most people love that old, comforting pain that they're so used to. If you watch today's video, you're going to learn how to take action, how to break that cycle of pain, and how to really achieve the things that you want in life. Here we are at our very first rental property. Hey everyone, I'm Clayton Morris, longtime real estate investor. In 2017, I left my very profitable day job as a network news anchor to focus on building passive income and helping other people achieve financial freedom. That's what I do now full time. And I love helping you break out of your comfort zones and take action. That's what this channel is all about. So please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to the channel. There's so many resources here that can help you break that cycle. We teach you everything, right? How to use a self-directed IRA to invest in real estate. We teach you how to limit the taxes that you're going to pay. We teach you how to incorporate your family, all here right on this channel. But a constant theme that I see emerging from comments and emails that I get is, I'm just nervous to take action. I'm nervous. Right? Why is that? It's because the comforting pain that we live with is much easier to live with than it is to take action. It's why, sadly, people stay in abusive relationships. We now know this from the data, right? That people will stay in abusive relationships because the devil they know is better somehow and less scary than the devil they don't know, which is starting out on their own again to leave. Now, we don't have to go as extreme as an abusive relationship, but honestly, you're abusing yourself. When you are living in this habitual cycle of negativity, telling yourself you can't do something, that's just as bad as living in an abusive relationship. You are abusing yourself by telling yourself that you can't do things. Think about it. Listen to the negative self-talk that you have from the moment you wake up in the morning. Oh, another day. I got to go to work. I got to get in my car, drive 2 hours. Oh, it's rainy today. Oh, it's a miserable day. All of that negative self-talk every day, that's abuse. You are abusing yourself, right? Now, here are 6 strategies that I've used to achieve financial freedom, and they are 6 strategies that I know many, many millionaires have used to break that cycle of inaction, to move themselves forward. And it all starts with step 1. Step 1 is to set a goal. Set a goal. I know that seems strange, right? But how are you ever going to get anywhere if you don't know where you're going, right? How are you going to... You're just going to get in the car and drive around aimlessly? Hey, let's go on a family vacation. Where? I don't know. Let's get in the car and just drive. That doesn't happen. We plan our goals. We plan our trips, right? We plan to go on family vacation and we look forward to it many, many months from now. And we start putting all of these things in place. Guess what's going to happen? Once you start putting out into the universe that you're going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, friends and family members will start to show up that have also been to Myrtle Beach. Oh, you got to check out this restaurant, the Thirsty Turtle. It's great. It's down by the beach. They have a live band. They play Jimmy Buffett music every Thursday night. Things are going to start to show up that guide you along that path. So you've got to set that goal. Please do it. I know it sounds so trite at this point, but it absolutely is step 1 on this journey. Get out a journal, start it fresh, write it on your whiteboard, put it up on your refrigerator. I don't care where, but write down a goal, something that you want to palpably achieve and move towards it. The next way to break that cycle, and step 2 in this process, is to take 3 small baby steps towards that goal. Now, here is the if you don't take anything away from this video, I hope that you will take this away, because you don't have to have then some grand Luke Skywalker style jump off a cliff in order to achieve this goal. I just want you to take 3 baby steps towards that goal. Okay? Write that goal down, and I want to break them down into little tiny steps. Now, that secret is what separates successful people from unsuccessful people. They break them down into little bite-sized chunks. So those 3 little steps now, what are they? It could be as simple as calling a lawyer to set up an LLC. It could be as simple as go to post office and pick up packing material. It could be as simple as do research online for name of company. Make them small, little bite-sized goal steps for your broader, bigger goal. Because you're not jumping right to the end of this process. You have to take maybe 100 little baby steps, maybe 500 little baby steps in order to reach that goal. But once you start, that little process, then it really starts to gain momentum like a snowball going down a hill. So just write down those 3 little baby step goals inside your broader goal and start doing them. Start taking action on each one of those. Step 3 in this process, this is immediately going to happen, okay? You've set a goal, you write down some goal steps, and you start taking action. Guess what happens? The abuser comes back in. The wet blanket, the abusive relationship will show up immediately and tell you why you can't do it, okay? And maybe it is a physical human being in your life. It could be, that friend that you think is a great friend, but is actually just an energy vampire in your life. You know those people, right? They leech and leech and leech off of you for most of your life. And then when you try to break that cycle and take action, they tell you why you can't do it. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. Okay? It could be just that voice in your head shows back up again. It will immediately happen. I'm telling you, watch it. You set a goal, you take a few steps towards that goal, and that energy vampire sucking voice is going to show back up into your life once again. You immediately need to recognize it. And I want you just to sort of quietly wave to it in your brain. Like, hey, old friend, get out of here, wet blanket. Thank you for showing back up again in my life. I don't need you right now. Now, here's the key. If you don't recognize it, okay? You don't recognize it, you're going to go back to allowing that voice to drive you. Absolutely happens. It's like, I'm on my way to go pick that person up. I'm on my way to this thing. Oh, maybe I shouldn't go out tonight. No, you're too tired. Maybe you should just go back home. Okay, I'll just go back home. See how easy it is to get off track? So don't get off track. Pay attention to it. Recognize it. See it as that little voice inside of your head, that energy vampire voice in your head, and just wave to it and let it go by. That's step 3. Step 4, once you've seen that energy vampire show back up again and telling you that you can't do something, or questioning your motivation for it and telling you that it's not good for you to do right now because you're too tired, maybe wait next year, then step 4 is to reaffirm your goal. Pull out that goal sheet, because we write it down, sometimes we forget. I want you to pull it out, look at it. Okay, and stare at it. Does it still ring true for you? Do you want this? Look at your goal and reaffirm that goal. In the Getting Things Done methodology, the great book by David Allen, which really is a productivity matrix that he built and really is a fantastic way to get things done, getting things done, GTD. It's the GTD method. One of the things he has you do is a weekly review. He thinks it's the core of his GTD method. If you don't do the weekly review, then you're really not doing GTD. That every week you set an hour or 30 minutes aside for your weekly review, and you review your goals. You review the things that you had on your plate, your projects. Maybe some of them, I don't need to do them this year. That's not something I'm really passionate about. Then you move it, you defer it. Or there's something that you've been lagging on and you need to step it up. That weekly review really gets you to move further in your process. So step 4 is to reaffirm that goal. Once you've had that energy vampire voice show up, I need you to go back to the bulletin board where you've pinned your goal, and I need you to say, yes, I want that. I want financial freedom. I want to move my family forward. I want to buy these rental properties. I want to do X, Y, and Z. Okay? Reaffirm that goal is step 4. Step 5 is to take another step. Okay? Because in the very beginning, it's great that you get all this energy and you take those first 3 baby steps. Then you hear that energy voice in your head again telling you not to do it. Then you reaffirm your goal. Now then the key is you've got to take that one little next step. Once you take that little next step, it's like knocking a wall down. Because now that little energy vampire voice floating around in your head is really just got the wind punched out of him. And you want to celebrate that little win, that little goal. So step 5 really is to take one little extra baby step and then celebrate. Okay, I want you to go out, have a glass of wine, get a birthday cake. I don't care how you celebrate. Go out with your spouse and say, you know what, I took 4 steps towards this action, towards this big goal. Celebrate it. Reaffirm that you're moving in this direction. It's very, very important to pat yourself on the back at this point. So break that cycle. Go out, take one more step, and celebrate that next step. And step 6 in this process is to rinse and repeat. There is no secret here. You've set a goal. You've started taking all of these baby steps. Put all of those baby steps down on a piece of paper. Maybe it's 75 steps to get to your goal. Do it. Then start rinsing and repeating. Take the next baby step. Take the next baby step. Once you start making these phone calls, going out and meeting people and moving and shaking, you're going to be moving one step closer to your goal. You know, Natalie and I recently were working on a big project, and it all started with one phone call. In order for us to figure out what to do, we had to pick up the phone. And we both looked at each other. I said, all right, we're going to do this? Yep, we're going to do it. Guess what? Right then, I got on the phone. I took one little baby step. I took one baby step as an exploratory phone call in order to make something huge happen. Something massive ended up happening as a result of that one phone call. Then the next phone call. Then we planned out things, in a meeting notes. Then the next phone call. Then the next meeting. Boom, 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 boom. And guess what? We reaped the rewards of that one simple phone call. It was magnificent. And that's all it takes is one little thing happening, and then you rinse and repeat. It's not rocket science. That's exact. And by the way, when you build a rocket, they have to do it that way too. There's no mystery. Step 1, step 2, step 3. That's how it works. And if you are ready to achieve financial freedom and you want to look at your overall family finances and figure out maybe that's the goal that I want to achieve, we put together a free download. It's 3 pages. It's a PDF. I call it my Freedom Number cheat sheet. You can download it right here for free. And it also puts in place a goal for you as a family to move your family forward. I'd love to hear your comments, and I'd love to hear in the comments thread below something that held you back in your life where you took action. You took action one step at a time and achieved it. Or I want you to share your goals in the comments thread below. Maybe, in fact, you've got something you really want to work on. Share it with our community here because we've got a really supportive, great community here on our channel. Until next time, everyone, I want you to go out there, take action, become a real estate investor. It's the #1 way to build wealth. Just take action.